It's Biggles here, James Bigglesworth. I've just flown in. For the show. I forgot to take my goggles off. Sorry. Now, just got the old hairstyle a bit of a it's not bad, yes. Just been fighting Jerry over the channel. And, well, not a hair out of place. Not bad, old boy. Not bad. Now, the old doggy Ginger here has just popped in. We've got Algy here and Ginger. Maybe this is Ginger. This is Algy. It's my cousin Algy. As you can see the family resemblance. And I've got this moustache stuck on today with some extra special stuff from Susanna Morlock in Germany. Thank you, Susanna. This stuff is magic. I can see this moustache staying on for the whole show. And we've got little cousin Algy here and Ginger. Yes, Ginger joined us at the last minute. No, it's cousin Algy joined us at the last minute. But cousin Algy's just been out for walkies. He's got rather dirty little paws. Yes. Give me the little paws. Give me the little paws. Give me the little paws. Oh dear. Oh dear. And the other one. Oh. Dear, dear, dear. I can't have any dirt in the mess. Now, I hope you like my old Sopwith camel here. I built it myself. And look, it's got wings. And oh dear, the tail feather seems to have dropped a bit. Never mind. So that was the Dam Busters theme, or as Craig Denane very clever alias for my friend Brendan, up in Inverness cleverly said that the Dram Busters should have thought of that one. Anyway, I thought about the Dam Boosters. Yes, it's all about the jab. We've all got to get the jab. We've got to get the jab for Queen and Country. Yes. So don't forget to get the jab. I just got my letter about the jab into the blue envelope. Came in matching blue. That's my shirt. Came in the envelope. It came in the post yesterday. Yes, and very excited. Week after next, I will be as soon as the day after I get back from Germany. So that's not another bombing run. No, I'm going over to play there. I'm going over to entertain the troops, the German troops this time. All's fair in love and war. Yes, I'm going off to Germany tomorrow for a week to play with Joanna Scott Douglas and Jan Yedding, my friends in Bremen. And yes, we don't bomb them anymore, you know. Oh no, we're all good friends now. I'm just hoping that the old virus rate doesn't creep up anymore. I might be forced to quarantine there. That'd be awful. Well, it wouldn't be so awful at all, actually. Bloody good beer over there, Jerry. Jerry makes bloody good beer, whatever you say about him. And the bread's quite nice as well, the old black bread. I like that. So we've got the new Sopwith camel's taking off over there. It's actually the washing machine. Forgot to switch it off. Never mind. We'll just make do. Sounds like takeoff, doesn't it? Start, and she's away. Now, the booster. So I'm getting the jab the day after I get back. Yes, at Ingliston. Yes, normally go there for the Highland Show. Now we're going there to get our jabs. But it's all good fun. Much cheaper than going to the Highland Show, getting your jab there, yes. Now, I want to play another tune. What was it called? Oh, this is called Wings. Wings, of course it is, because it's all about wings today. Wonderful wings. I love this propeller. Well, that Hawker Hurricane's taking a hell of a time to take off, isn't it? Just warming up the engines there. Anyway, as soon as it's gone through its next cycle, it should calm down. Hopefully it's not too noisy in the background for you. We get a bit deaf in the area with all the noise of the engines and everything when we're flying around. These things happen and more. No, I was talking about things that happened in war. I was travelling through my home village of Kirkliston only an hour ago, coming back from Fife, where I'd been at a 50th birthday party last night, in between Boeing runs, and stayed over the night. Came back, and I was going to pop in to see old Ma and Pa, who are a little bit frail these days, but still going strong, in the home village, Kirky as I call it, Kirkliston, just outside Edinburgh, behind Edinburgh Airport runway number 1. For those of you that want a precise geographical flight location. And yes, I couldn't get through because they were having the Bally ceremony, weren't they? In the middle of the high street, at the crossroads. They were having the Remembrance Day ceremony, which is all good and well. But when you're trying to get from A to B, it's impossible. I had to turn around and go all the way back to Queensferry and round in a great big circle. And anyway, I never saw the parents. That's my excuse. Usually something happens. I'm just almost there, and there's a traffic jam or something. I just have to turn around and go home. But I'll visit them next year. No hurry. Yes, well, I'm taking every opportunity to visit them in a minute because I didn't see them very much over the last year and a half for the lockdown. But no, I was thwarted in my plans to do the good son thing and visit them. Never mind. Another exciting tune to do with the airwaves. Oh yes, I stuck my hand accidentally to my forehead last night with the extra strong super glue, but don't worry, I managed to get it off eventually. So we're just using this stuff today. It's like proper theatrical mastics for the moustaches. None of the super glue. It's a little bit overkill. Yes, another flight connected tune. Wing Commander Donald Mackenzie. I've played it many times in the show, but God damn it, I'm going to play it again. It's by the wonderful Phil Cunningham, who I mentioned recently on the radio show when the Bally Radio interviewed me. You know, yes, tip top. I'm the kind of chap they want to speak to and take the floor. And they asked me about all my influences, and yes, Phil Cunningham, of course, one of my biggest influences. And while I mention him, Phil and Bourbon also excellent. And oh yes, so many good accordion players, standing on the shoulders of giants. Here we go, Wing Commander Donald Mackenzie. I'll just lower this bit so you can see the fantastic rat-a-tat machine gun action on the old Sopwith Camel here. Look at that plane, what a beast. What engineering. This uniform's getting a bit tight. Don't want to cut off the blood supply to the arms. Oh no. Simply spiffing that tune, love it. I salute you, Phil Cunningham. Sir Phil Cunningham. Yes, Phil Cunningham just lives up the road from Kirkliston, actually. I never see him. He's never there. He's never in when I call. Yes, I'm flying to Hamburg tomorrow. Yes, in my own little vehicle. Plane, you call it, yes, in my own airplane. I know I'm flying with some dashed Irish company. Oh, terrible. Can't even bear to say the name. but they're cheap, you know. And I'm flying to Hamburg, yes, where I'm looking forward to getting my chompers into a nice, tasty hamburger, yes, before I'm picked up. Meanwhile, I'm going to get my tash around this wonderful G&T. Yes, that's what all we fly boys, Biggles, and my chums like to drink. Ooh. Oh yes, best of British. Oh yes, the quinine in the tonic keeps the mosquitoes, the mozzies off when we're in India, you know. Oh yes, you little cheeky monkey. She didn't want to come in again today, so very naughty doggy. She shouldn't really be rewarded for her lack of enthusiasm for the show, but needs must. She's the only live doggy we've got. This one doesn't do very much. Oh, there's a bit of excitement now. Yes, this is unusual. Oh, yes. Oh, success. The doggy has monster snack. Ooh. Oh, yes. Now, I'd just like to say a special thank you to Susanna Morlock, who I can see is watching here, because she not only sent me many months ago this wonderful moustache glue, which is, as you can see, is working extremely well. In fact, it's working so well I might not be able to get that off later. So it might be like the super glue. She's also sent me a wonderful package of presents. Yes, and it's always very nice to get a package of presents in the war. They're very strange to be coming from Germany. But I won't say no to any present. I've not had time to even look at them yet. But thank you so much, Suzanne. It's absolutely desperately kind of you. Much appreciated. I shall send you a personal note later, or I shall maybe drop it from the plane as a flyover. Actually, frying later today, because it's Sunday and we're going to have a big fry up and we've not had time yet. In fact, I've left the porridge on the stove, as well as the washing machine, and the porridge is burning. Yes, what else could go wrong on today's show? Oh, it's all good fun. Now, I haven't actually thought about anything else for this show, which is a tad embarrassing, but we can always come up with something last minute. Here's one for all you sailor boys out there, the Navy. Yes, we'll play a short Navy set. Splendid. It was, of course, the trumpet hornpipe, or as it's unofficially known, the theme tune to Captain Pugwash, followed by the sailor's hornpipe. Is it the sailor's hornpipe? Yes, it is the sailor's hornpipe. Lovely tunes for our Navy colleagues. Well done, chaps. Now, as I was saying earlier, I was in Fife last night. It's a very scary place to be, Fife, but I'm often there. And I was up in Cooper for a friend Diane Cassidy's 50th birthday party, a wonderful night. And you know what? It was a fancy dress party, 70s theme, well, right up my alley, I can tell you. And I was dressed as all the members of ABBA melded into one. Oh yes, I had the high-heeled white boots, the wig on, the frilly shirt, oh, the white trousers. Splendid evening. And one very silly competition, but something I seem to excel at, was bouncing on a bouncy, what do you call these orange bouncy things from the 1970s? Anyway, a bouncy ball thing that you sit on. I bounced all the way around the house in record time, which is something this reminds me of the games in the old mess room in the old days before the war. Oh, yes. Anyway, less said about that, the better, yes. And there was lashings of ginger beer and Angel Delight as well, my favourite. Oh yes, a quiche. I found a quiche in the fridge later. Very nice. Now, I've got some very exciting news for you. Yes, because I talked many months ago on this very show about doing a Kickstarter, but I never managed to kick my own butt enough to get started on it. But finally, this week I did. Finally, we've started the Kickstarter for the new Mckerron Brechin Ó album, which is called Chèile, which means together. Yes, and together you Facebook fans can help us make it happen, because we recorded it before lockdown, and we were almost finished, and then of course lockdown happened. Eventually got in about a year later, or more than a year later, to the studio earlier this year. Managed to finish it off. It takes ages to get all the artwork and everything done as well. Finally got all that done, and it's ready to go to print. But all we need is a little bit of cash to print it. Yeah, it costs a lot of money to manufacture it and to pay for the design costs. So I started this Kickstarter. I finally did it. It's amazing. I feel so happy that I managed to actually do this. It started 5 days ago, and we're already got about 10%, I think, almost 8%. Maybe I'm speaking a little bit optimistic there, 10%. Somewhere between 8 and 10% of the funding. We're trying to get £1,500, and we've got 121 so far. What you do is you click on the link. There's a link just down here below. I hope I put the right link up. But there's a lot. It should take you to a page which tells you about it, and that you can pledge, which just means you can promise to buy a copy, but you won't pay any money until the Kickstarter is over, which is in a month's time, and only if we reach our target of £1,500. But you can buy a download, or a physical copy, or both, or a copy of the CD and some of my old exciting back catalogue, whatever you want. There's lots of options there. Click on the link Kickstarter. If it doesn't work, just try and find it. Just try and find it somehow. I'll research it if that doesn't work and try to put a better link up next week. Anyway, on with the tunes. What could we do? The Heights of Casino. That's a tune from the war. believe it or not, I actually was sort of affiliated with the RAF, because when I was a young student, over 30 years ago, I joined up with the Edinburgh University Air Squadron, not realising that it was actually run by the old RAF. And amazingly, despite my earring and gratuitously long hair at the time, I was allowed in. I even passed the medical, which is extraordinary. And I spent the next 2 years flying out of Turnhouse, Edinburgh, yes, in real planes. Not much bigger than this little Sopwith Camel, yes. It was actually a bulldog, oh yes, a British bulldog. Lola turned up at the door with some fierce-looking bulldog thing that her owner's been walking, she's walking right now for her boss. A monster thing. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I've never seen anything quite so scary. You would have thought Lola would have been keener to get in the house and away from it, but no, she ran up the stairs trying to get away from me again. This little cheeky monkey. You cheeky little monkey, Ginger. Algy, sorry, Algy. Oh yes, bulldogs. We used to fly bulldogs, twin-seater, side-by-side, big bubble cockpit, single prop, just like this beauty. And we used to fly all over. Yes, wonderful. You just get paid for flying, and wonderful. It was all by the RAF instructors. Wonderful. And I actually had my own RAF uniform, which I should have kept, but only known that 30 years later I would have needed it for this show. Could have saved a fortune. But no, I think I had to hand it back when I left. Anyway, the young gentleman who was at the Freshers' Fair behind the table with the pictures of airplanes behind him, who enticed me to join up, saying, yes, you get paid to fly for free, was actually Colin McGregor, brother of the famous actor Ewan McGregor. And Colin himself went on to become a fully fledged fighter pilot, and I met him again several years ago, after he retired from the RAF, and was involved in bookings for bands and such like. A very nice chap, very nice to see him. I ended up playing for Ewan and his brother's Bond Supper with Bruce McGregor, yes, many years ago down in London. Soho, there you are. I've met lots of famous people, well, other famous people, apart from me, of course. Jolly nice. Anyway, yes, enjoyed those flying days. Down at RAF Leeming, used to buzz around. What was the fast planes there? Harriers, yes, they used to zip around in the Harriers where we were going put in our little propeller craft. It was all good fun, yes, good fun. Now, what are we going to play? I think we should play The Taking of Bourbon Hamel. That's another good one from the war. And what I'll do is I'll start off with John McCall's March to Kilbowie Cottage before it, and then we'll go into Captain McPherson. Captain McPherson? No, Captain Campbell, sorry. Got that name wrong. The old G&T had too many. Should never start before lunchtime. Sundays can be a little bit tragic. Never mind. Refreshing. Now, this is a set by Mckerron Brechin Ó. So perfect for advertising our little Kickstarter project that I was talking about. You see the link that lasts for 57 lines? Yes, that's the one. Just click on it. Hopefully it'll take you there. If it doesn't, maybe somebody will be good enough to put up the correct link. I was struggling. I was running out of time before we started. Too many things to do. Right. Wrong tune. Never mind. we're back on track. At last, taking a Bourbon Hamel. Last tune was right. They're taking a Bourbon Hamel, yes. The fourth part, the last part, the D part as we call it in the business. It's very similar to a lot of other tunes. John McFadden of Melford. Just a bit of hidden air pocket there. Just dropped a bit of turbulence. No worries. Just thought I'd get it a little bit more in shot, as it were. Yes, we're not in that kind of shot. I don't want to be shot down. No, just I mean in the camera shot. Yes, anyway, I think that was the correct version. The first tune was completely incorrect. It was supposed to be John McCall's March to Kilby Cottons, and it wasn't that at all. It was another fantastic tune called Major Manson of Clackham Trussell. Yes, there you go. I didn't realise that I was playing until bar number 2 or 3. It happens sometimes. Never mind. See, when I get up there in the plane today, make sure I'm pointing in the right direction, not heading backwards, heading for Ireland. I should be heading down to Europe, do Jerry some damage. Oh yes, I'm going to do some damage over there this week, I can promise you. Now, how's the little doggy doing? Amazingly, he's not turned around for ages. Normally she sits there and presents her bottom to the audience. She's getting the hang of this show. Maybe the propeller should be looking like this. Yes, that looks better. Yes, if only I should have got a fan to have it spinning constantly on the show. It'd be fantastic, that would have been. Never mind, too late now. Okay, what's next? Oh God! Bella's props popped off. Yeah, it's normally the moustache popping off. There we go, easily fixed. Here on that happened in mid-flight. Kind of thing that would happen with that dreadful Irish company, I'm sure. Hope we have a safe journey tomorrow. Now, oh yes, a time for a quiet one. Innisfree. The bellows are catching on my buttons. Flying around. Ah, lovely Irish tune there. Innisfree. Ah, yes, little doggy. She reminds me of one of the little German planes, the little Fokkers. Yes. Ah, yes, I don't know why. Yeah, cheeky little monkey. Now, we're going to carry on with. I thought I'd play that tune that I just thought of, John McFadden of Melford, because it's got a very similar ending to the Taking Bourbon to Hamel, but the rest of it's completely different. Yes, why not? Let's see if I can remember it. I was playing it yesterday at the Boardwalk Beach Club. Yes, I was back there for the first time in a couple of months, and by golly, it was cold. Yes, oh yes, it was a beautiful day for November and surprisingly mild, but by the time the sun went down, which was 4 o'clock, it was starting to get rather frigid. Yeah, I can tell you the old fingers were starting to feel very, very cold, even colder than 20,000 feet in the old Spitfire. Yes. Yes. Okay, here comes the ooh, what is it? It's a meat bomb. It's a meat bomb. Yum. So NPC. Never mind. Here we go. John McFadden of Melford. Splendid. John McFadden of Melford, yes, and the D part is incredibly similar to the D part of taking of Beaumont Hamel. Yes, that's what happens when you've only got 9 notes in the bagpipes, you see. Some of the tunes sound a little bit similar. I'm afraid that sometimes when you get to my age, it's one tune in, one tune out. Yes, when you learn a new one of the old ones pops out the other ear. Very embarrassing when you're playing in public. Thankfully, I'm just playing in front of this little screen and nobody can actually see me out there. It's just my imagination that people are watching. Oh yes, we don't have that kind of technology yet in the 1940s. Now we've got time for just one very quick finisher before we maybe do the theme tune again, because it's such a splendid theme tune, the old damn boosters. Yes, we're going to get the old damn booster. They're going to drop the bouncing jag, boom, boom, ah, into the old shoulder a week tomorrow. No, sorry, a week on Tuesday. Very exciting to get it. Oh, it does mean I'm rather old, doesn't it, if I'm getting already? No, it's because I've got diabetes, yes. Too much sugar in my tea in the mess room, you see. Ah, that's what I blame it on, not the pints of foaming ale at night, of course. No, there's no sugar in that. No, don't be silly. Right, what are we going to finish off with then, Algy? Something exciting for our listeners out there on the world service. Oh yes. Splendid. Now, we're going to get the kid on for the final flight out of here. Ah, yes. The old radio helmet on. And the old flying hat to keep warm. And finally, of course, the goggles. Well, thank you once again for watching. Thank you for supporting us in this difficult time of need. We must all stick together. I will say farewell for this wonderful tune. Goodbye, folks. Oh, well done, Ginger. Ah, yes, another excellent show. Ah, thank goodness the good people at home don't realise that I'm actually drinking real gin and tonic. Yes, yeah, can you imagine how shocked they would be? The children, think of the children. Gosh, a professional drinking at this time of the day. Oh God.